Archangel Michael says, you were never supposed to see them like that. But heaven had to let your eyes open for this truth. In silence, your ex is wrestling with emotions they can't admit out loud. There is a war going on inside them, a kind of battle between their pride and their pulse. They told themselves it was over, that they were free. But late at night, when no one's watching, the truth begins to scream inside their chest. They hear your name in places they shouldn't. They scroll past things that remind them of you but always scroll back. Your voice is like an echo in their memory that refuses to die quietly. They smile in public, act unbothered, but behind their forced peace is a battlefield soaked in regret. Archangel Michael says, they thought they moved on, but they're chained to the moments they pretend never happened. Their mind is lying to their heart. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They said goodbye like they meant it, but now they can't stop replaying the day they walked away. They keep trying to rewrite the past in their mind, imagining different words, different endings. But the truth always slips back in, they never healed. There's an invisible fire inside them. They don't cry in front of people, but their soul has been weeping quietly. You are the ghost that refuses to leave their peace alone. They try to distract themselves, new faces, temporary thrills, empty laughter. But everything feels like a substitute that doesn't fit. You are not replaceable, and they're starting to admit that too late. This silent war has no peace treaty. The nights are loud with thoughts they push away all day. You are still living in their silence. Type Amen to get blessing 441. They check your page without liking anything. They ask mutual friends about you without letting it seem like they care. But their interest is deeper than anything they ever confessed. They once said you were too emotional, too sensitive. But now they envy how deeply you loved. Their silence is pride, not peace. They are being haunted by the what-ifs. What if they stayed? What if they spoke softer that day? What if they didn't let go so easily? Archangel Michael says, they now realize they were the ones who were afraid, not you. You stood strong in love. They ran. Type Amen to get blessing 554. The silent war isn't just about you, it's about them. About the version of themselves they lost when they lost you. They see it now. There's a weight in their chest when your name comes up. They pretend they don't care, but their body reacts before they can fake it. Their heartbeat tells the truth. They're dreaming about you. Not every night, but often enough to be disturbed. You come back in places their mind can't block. They're realizing that they were never angry at you. They were angry at themselves for not understanding you when they had the chance. But now it's too late to rewind. Type Amen to get blessing 722. They are not okay. Don't be fooled by the smiles or photos. They are breaking in a way no one else sees. Your memory sits at the center of their regret. They know they messed up. And that knowledge is carving a quiet pain inside them. Archangel Michael says, you were a gift they didn't know how to handle. They mistook your light for too much fire. But now they're freezing in their own choices. They tried to replace you with someone else, but it didn't work. The other person doesn't feel like home. You still do. Type Amen to get blessing 389. They remember the small things you did. The way you remembered their favorite snacks. The way you always sensed when they were upset without saying a word. Now, no one else sees them the way you did. No one else reads them so clearly. And that's where their sadness grows. They thought they wanted freedom. But what they wanted was space without consequences. Now they have the space, and it's suffocating them. They are caught in a war with the version of themselves that let you go. They keep trying to convince themselves that it was right. But even they don't believe their own lies anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 606. You may not hear from them. But that doesn't mean they're not thinking about you. Their silence is loud with questions they're too scared to ask. Every "I'm fine" is hiding a scream. Every casual post is a distraction. They miss you more than they can explain to anyone. They used to roll their eyes when people talked about soul ties. But now, they feel it deep in their skin. They didn't believe in that energy until you walked away. Archangel Michael says, their spirit is restless because they tried to bury something that was never dead. Your love is still alive in their shadow. Type Amen to get blessing 818. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They never told their new partner about you fully. There are pieces of their heart still engraved with your name. They fear it would show if they said too much. Sometimes they pick up their phone to message you. But they stop. Fear, ego, and shame always win. But that doesn't mean they've moved on. That just means they've mastered the art of pretending. You, on the other hand, have been healing in truth. You grew through the heartbreak. They got stuck in the moment they let you go. And now that moment keeps replaying like a broken film. Type Amen to get blessing 942. They compare everyone to you. It's unfair to the others, but they can't help it. No one makes them feel what you made them feel. They are at war with their emotions. One side says let go. The other keeps whispering your name. Archangel Michael says, their soul cries when they see your strength. You became stronger in the pain they caused. They never expected that. You glowed even after they shattered you. That glow is what scares them now. Because they lost something divine. Type Amen to get blessing 777. They secretly wish you would reach out. But they'd never admit that. Their pride won't allow them to be the first to bend. They reread old messages. They keep screenshots they told themselves they deleted. Your love lives in their memory like a tattoo under the skin. They think they're punishing you with silence. But they're punishing themselves with distance. Every mile they created between you is now a scar. They now understand the value of emotional connection. But they learned too late. And the regret is their punishment. Type Amen to get blessing 123. Archangel Michael says, they will keep fighting themselves until they surrender to the truth. You were never the problem. You were the answer they couldn't accept. The universe is reminding them through everything. Songs. Streets. Words strangers say. You are echoing everywhere. They want to forget you, but the world keeps painting reminders in front of them. Their war isn't with you, it's with the love they walked away from. Their peace is gone. Because you were the calm they left behind. And now all they know is internal storms. Type Amen to get blessing 336. Their friends ask them if they miss you. They lie. But the truth is written all over their silence. They overthink everything now. They doubt their choices. And their mind won't shut up about you. They see your growth and it stings. You didn't just survive, you blossomed. That bloom is their biggest loss. The silent war will continue until they face themselves. Until they admit that you were the one. And they let fear win over love. Type Amen to get blessing 474. Their life looks together on the outside. But inside, they are replaying every word they wish they said. Every hug they didn't give. They are battling the emptiness. The hollowness that came when they gave up something real. They traded gold for glitter. Archangel Michael says, they dream of undoing the past. But it haunts them instead. Because they know they won't get another you. Every lesson now has your name on it. Every pain now wears your scent. They are learning, but through suffering. Type Amen to get blessing 299. This war inside them won't end with someone else. Because it never started with you. It started with their inability to love deeply. You taught them about love. But they feared your depth. They weren't ready for someone so true. They are scared of reaching out. But even more scared of a world where they never hear from you again. So they keep spying from the shadows. Their pride is screaming, but their soul is whispering, go back. They are at war. And you are the battlefield. Type Amen to get blessing 888. They want to see you but don't want to face your strength. Because they left when you were vulnerable. And now you're powerful. They told others they were the victim. But inside, they know they broke something sacred. And that guilt is poisoning their peace. Hi. Archangel Michael says, what they destroyed is now being rebuilt in you stronger than ever. But they won't be allowed near it again. Not until they change. Their silent war is the price of your loss. And they pay it every time they close their eyes and see your face. Type Amen to get blessing 611. They tried to numb it. New habits, late nights, endless noise. But even in the crowd, the silence of your absence is deafening to them. They underestimated what it means to lose someone like you. You weren't just a chapter in their story, you were the turning point. Now, every page they write feels blank. Their heart aches in silence. No one around them sees the inner turmoil. But Archangel Michael says, the pain they hid from you is now chasing them in their own heart. They lost you, but more importantly, they lost themselves when they let go of you. And that is what they are trying to fix in silence, without admitting it aloud. Type Amen to get blessing 432. They are trying to become the version of themselves you always saw in them. But it's harder now. Because you're not there to believe in them anymore. You used to hold their hand through every storm. Now they walk alone, and it's cold. The same comfort they took for granted is now their deepest craving. They're watching you from behind the curtain. You shine more now. And your light reminds them of what they lost. Their pride won't allow a message. But their soul is screaming your name in the dark. Archangel Michael says, they are collapsing in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 556. They think about your last conversation. The tone in your voice. The final words that broke what little hope remained. They wish they hadn't ignored your pain. They wish they hugged you tighter. Every ounce of that wish is now bruising their ego. They want to apologize but don't know how to begin. They fear rejection. But more than that, they fear your silence now. They know how much you waited for them to choose you. Now they realize, you were the one person who actually did choose them without conditions. Type Amen to get blessing 667. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. You gave when they couldn't give. You stayed when they were unsure. You believed when they doubted. Now they see that you were rare. You were sacred. And they desecrated something holy. The war inside them is not only pain, it's shame. Shame for not seeing your worth. Shame for wasting your time. Archangel Michael says, your love is like a sword now. Every memory cuts them deeper. Because they let it go. Type Amen to get blessing 310. They can't run from it. They tried. But no matter how far they go, your name is still stitched inside them. Even when they laugh, something feels hollow. Because they know it's not real joy. It's distraction from the truth. They were scared of your love because it showed them who they were not ready to be. It was too powerful. Too raw. Too pure. Now they're trying to find themselves again, but it's not working. Because part of them still belongs to you. Type Amen to get blessing 288. Archangel Michael says, every time they see your progress, their heart gets heavier. You were supposed to grow together. But they chose to grow apart. They're realizing that, moving on, is a myth when the love was real. You don't just unfeel someone like you. You don't erase that kind of connection. They lied to themselves for a long time. Said you were too much. Said they needed space. But it wasn't space, they needed healing, and they pushed you away instead. Now they want healing, with you. But they fear they burned the bridge too far to ever cross again. Type Amen to get blessing 991. They think you don't care anymore. That maybe you forgot them. That maybe you're better without them. That thought breaks them even more. Because now they see, you deserved better. And now you have it. They hate how much they still love you. It doesn't make sense to them. But love doesn't play by logic, it plays by spirit. And their spirit is still tied to yours. They hear your laughter in their mind. Not the fake one. The real one. The one that used to make them feel like they were safe. Type Amen to get blessing 774. Their memories of you are like old letters they keep in the drawer of their soul. They reread them on nights when everything feels numb. They try to recreate your energy in others, but it never works. No one loves like you. No one sees like you. They never told you this, but they felt most alive around you. You awakened something in them. And now that spark is fading without you. Archangel Michael says, this pain is not punishment. It is awakening. But only if they listen. Type Amen to get blessing 519. They still remember your scent. Your touch. The way you looked at them like they were worth everything, even when they gave you nothing in return. They thought they had time. Thought you'd wait forever. But now forever feels like a myth. They wonder if you still feel them in your quiet hours. But they won't dare ask. Because they fear the answer. You were their peace. Their home. And now they wander through life like a ghost. Type Amen to get blessing 383. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They dress differently now. Talk differently. But it's all a costume. Underneath, they are still searching for your reflection. They speak about you carefully to others. As if your name is fragile. As if saying it too loudly might break something inside. They scroll through your old pictures and try not to feel. But they always do. You're still art to them, a masterpiece they walked away from. They thought love was supposed to be easy. But now they understand, it's supposed to be real. And real takes courage. Type Amen to get blessing 1000. Archangel Michael says, they are not your enemy. They are their own enemy. And that is the true war. You gave them a gift they didn't know how to open. Now it's gone. And they are clawing at air. Their heart still belongs to you. Even if they deny it. Even if they pretend. It still beats in your rhythm. They fear that someone else will give you what they failed to. That someone else will build what they destroyed. And that is the sharpest pain. Type Amen to get blessing 200. You have moved with grace. That grace is a mirror, showing them the strength they lacked. It humbles them. They wonder if you will ever forgive them. But they don't say it. They just hope the universe finds a way. They tried to break free of you. But instead, they broke themselves. Now all that's left is reflection and sorrow. This war may never end. Not until they admit what they buried. Not until they choose truth over pride. Type Amen to get blessing 373. They are scared of your growth. Because it shows them what life could have been if they had stayed and evolved too. Now they watch from behind the scenes. A silent spectator to the greatness they once had access to. You were never a mistake. You were a miracle they mishandled. And now they're learning through loss. Archangel Michael says, you were divine placement. A lesson in love. A test they failed. Type Amen to get blessing 614. Even if they find someone else, they will always compare. They will always remember the way you made them feel human. They told people you were too intense. But the truth is, you were real. And real love always demands truth. They are tired of the mask. The pretense. They want to reach out but don't know what words could ever undo the damage. So they stay silent. And the war rages on. One heartbeat at a time. Type Amen to get blessing 909. You, on the other hand, have walked through fire and emerged golden. You have cried but you rose. You have lost but you learned. Their silent war is not your burden anymore. But it is a reminder. A warning to never settle for less than truth again. Archangel Michael says, let their silence speak. It's telling you everything their lips won't. They are in a silent war with themselves. And the louder your light shines, the more they realize, they were never ready for the kind of love that heals. Type Amen to get blessing 511. They see you glowing now, not just surviving but thriving. That glow pierces through their pride like a sword. Each achievement you make, each smile you wear, it burns in their shadowed chest. They thought they could forget. That time would blur your memory. But Archangel Michael says, time did not erase you, it only sharpened your image in their soul. They can't tell anyone how much it hurts. How much your name still makes their heart falter. So, they act fine and hold the war behind their eyes. At night, they grip the edge of the bed and whisper into the ceiling, hoping it doesn't echo. Because if it does, the truth might come crashing down. You were the one who made them feel human. Type Amen to get blessing 434. They see your photos and feel a mixture of pride and pain. Pride because they know they once had your love. Pain because they know they let it slip through their fingers. The war inside them isn't only about losing you. It's about facing who they became without you. And they're not proud of that version. They never told you that your absence left a silence louder than any argument you two ever had. They speak with people, but they miss the way you used to listen. They look for your eyes in strangers. They seek your kindness in crowds. But nothing compares. Type Amen to get blessing 707. Archangel Michael says, the silence from them is not peace, it's fear. Fear of how much power you still hold in their heart. Fear that reaching out might break them more than staying quiet. They try to convince themselves you've forgotten. But deep down, they hope you haven't. That maybe, just maybe, you still feel that pull too. But whether you do or not, they're stuck in a cycle of regret. They circle back to you like a satellite with no planet to land on. Drifting in the gravity of everything unsaid. They don't know how to fix it. So they avoid it. But what's avoided is never healed. Type Amen to get blessing 315. They thought silence would bring peace. Instead, it brought emptiness. An echo chamber of thoughts they refused to face. They remember the first time you held their hand. The comfort in your touch. The way it calmed the storms inside them. Now, there's no calm. Only noise. Only the chaos they thought they'd escape by leaving you. But the truth? The war didn't start when they left. It started the moment they realized they loved you too much to handle it. Type Amen to get blessing 664. They still hear your laugh in the most unexpected places. That laugh now feels like a sacred memory they weren't worthy of. Archangel Michael says, their heart is a battlefield where love and loss are in constant combat. The wound you left is not from pain, it's from purity. You loved them with a kind of truth they didn't know how to hold. They try to focus on work, on friends, on goals. But your presence lives between the hours. You slip in during moments of quiet and steal their breath. They lied to themselves when they said they didn't love you anymore. Because if that was true, why does it still hurt like this? Type Amen to get blessing 727. They saw you the other day, maybe in person, maybe in a dream, and it shattered them. You didn't look broken. You looked powerful. Untouchable. Radiant. And that's what hurts the most. They wanted to be your downfall. Instead, they watched you rise from the ruins they created. Their friends don't understand why they're so moody lately. Why they zone out mid-conversation. But they do. It's because your memory keeps knocking. They replay that final moment between you two. The way your voice cracked. The strength it took for you to walk away. They didn't expect you to do it. But you did. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Now they are living with the ghost of who they used to be around you. That better version. The version that smiled more. That tried more. That believed in something real. They wake up in the middle of the night, sweating, heart pounding. Sometimes your name slips from their lips before they can stop it. Archangel Michael says, this is not coincidence. This is soul recognition. This is what happens when you break a connection that was meant to grow. They scroll through your page and read between the lines. trying to guess if the captions are about them, wondering if the pain in your poems is still bleeding for them. Type Amen to get blessing 666. They don't say it, but they admire your strength. You took the heartbreak they caused and built a palace of healing around it. Now they're stuck in the rubble of their ego. They try to date again, but it always ends the same. They keep comparing everyone to you. Every laugh, every kiss, every hug, it all falls short. They feel the distance between you like an anchor. It drags through their chest. Especially when the world goes quiet. They once thought love was just a feeling. Now they know it's a choice. And they chose wrong. Type Amen to get blessing 321. They can't stop thinking about the day they see you again. Maybe by chance. Maybe in a crowd. Maybe in a dream too vivid to ignore. They imagine it in two ways, one where you smile and talk like old times. And one where you walk past them without looking back. The second one scares them more. They check their phone hoping for your name. But it never comes. So they bury that hope, but it always digs its way back to the surface. Archangel Michael says, they are trapped in the very silence they once forced on you. Now it's their turn to hear the echoes. Type Amen to get blessing 404. They wonder if the universe is punishing them. Or maybe, just maybe, the universe is teaching them. Teaching them about worth. About value. About losing something heaven sent. You were their healing, but they mistook it for pressure. They see it now.